Hey there, if you're watching this video, you're probably working through our implementation questionnaire. So first of all, I want to welcome you aboard and let's get to it. The first section in this questionnaire is on provisioning or creating card holders within the Cloud Card online photo submission application. So creating card holders is generally going to be the first step in the process of getting those photos submitted, downloaded, and on those ID cards. And there's a number of different ways that we can create those card holders within the application. So the first way that we are going to go ahead and just real quickly talk through is the bulk import process. So you can see that's this option here in the questions. Bulk imports generally are going to use a CSV file with the people that you want to import into the application in there. So let me just real quickly show you an example of what that might look like. Here's a very basic CSV file with two card holders. We've got John and Jane Doe, and any of these CSV files have to have an ID number, whatever you use as your ID number, and an email address. The rest of these fields right here, we have campus and name. Those are custom fields. Those can be whatever are going to be most helpful for your organization. You don't have to have any custom fields, or you could have 3 or 4 of them. Whatever information you want to have in the Cloud Card application, you can have as custom fields here. So we've got these two here, and just to show you how the process works, here we are in the application. We're going to go to People, do a bulk import, and then we would just grab that CSV file and drop it in here and upload the CSV. And we recommend doing about 500 people at a time, or no more than 500 people at a time, just because of how Google Chrome makes that request to the application. 500 is generally the sweet spot with not sending too many at a time. So bulk imports are great. There's not really any setup that's required to do them. Really the only downside is that there is continual work that has to be done whenever you have a new set of card holders you want to upload into the application. So just keep that in mind. If you're a school, whenever you get new freshmen coming in each year, you're probably gonna have to upload those into the application. And if you're an employer, you might have to do the same each time you have a new hiring class. So just something to think about. Really, the other main way that people provision card holders is through single sign-on. So we're going to talk about single sign-on a little bit further on in the questionnaire, but we do have the ability to create those people when they log in. So generally, the way that this would work would be you'd send out a link to anybody that's being onboarded into your organization, whether it's again freshman students, new employees, and it would be a link to log into the application. And when they log in, they get created. So it's really easy to kind of work that into your onboarding process. And once, like I said, once they log in for the first time, they're created within the application and they would go ahead and submit their photo. So that's a very streamlined process, very scalable. So keep that in mind. There's some additional work that has to be done upfront to get it set up, but once it's implemented, there's not really anything that has to be done to maintain that other than just working that process into just your onboarding process. So that's a great feature that we have available for you guys. A lot of our customers really enjoy using the single sign-on because there's not really any work that they have to do to maintain that database of users within the application. And yeah, that's single sign-on. So it's another option available for you guys. And then the last option is the automated CSV importer. So this is a Java application that would run on generally one of your servers, and it kind of bridges the gap between SSO and the manual bulk import process. So you'd still be uploading CSV files, but it would just be an automatic process. Whenever a new CSV file gets dropped into a specified folder, the automated CSV importer would snag that and upload it into the application. So it's pretty easy to build an automated report, that whatever reporting software you use, have that run, every week, every couple days. And whenever there are new users, it would create that CSV file, put it in that folder, and they'd get imported. So you'd essentially be automating that process that would normally have to be done manually with the CSV files. So those are the 3 main options we have available for you guys. So go ahead and select whichever one that you want to use here. We also recommend selecting some sort of secondary method. Most people are just going to select manual CSV, or if you're really gung-ho on SSO, you can always select that as well for both of these. That's totally fine. Then the next question is, what custom fields will your cardholders have? So we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier at the start of this video, but we recommend using full names so it's a little bit easier to identify people, but ID number, campus, orientation group, these are all perfectly fine custom fields to select. Again, we want to make sure this works best for your organization's needs. So select whatever ones you want there. And then the last question is just, will you require cardholders to submit a government issued ID? It's always good for us to know, and we can get that set up during the implementation process to require that. So that is the first section on provisioning. Let us know if you have any questions about this, and we'll work on to the next section. Thanks.